What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the Just Gonna Say It podcast. It is Monday, Tuesday. And yeah, we're just getting going. We're running a little late here because we had some crazy things going on. I hope everybody's having a good week, and I hope you are enjoying your week so far. What is it? Let's see. It's 30 degrees outside, and it is actually snowing in Georgia right now. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We're actually freezing. It's a little bit more than cool. So today, here's what we're going to talk about today. We just came out with this video yesterday talking all about these new guitars that just came out. And we're really excited about it. It's a pretty neat thing to have this dealer relationship with TTG and be able to present these guitars, these really unique pieces to the world. In fact, tomorrow we are going to be flying out to Anaheim, California to show them. So we're going to be showing these guitars tomorrow. Or this weekend at a show out there, the Wood, Wire, and Volts show, which is going to be right down the street from the NAMM show. It's going to be a little bit of a different kind of vibe. A bunch of builders that I think. Well, here, let me show you. Actually, let me show you who these builders are going to be. Yeah, here, I'll just bring up the page and I'll let you see. And if you are in the area, it would be awesome if you came by and saw us. That'd be pretty cool. So this is the page. It is woodwirevolts.com. And so here it is, January 23rd and 24th. So it's going to be the Thursday and Friday. Not a corporate trade show. So here is the list. And the people that are putting this on are Curtis Novak and Carlos Lopez from Castadosa Guitars. So you see the list there. Earthquaker's going to be there. Built, Frank Brothers, that's pretty cool. Mythos Pedals, Dunnable, which is, they make really neat stuff. And of course down there, Walsh Guitars too, Grez, and you see Texas Toast down there. So that's going to be pretty neat. Very excited about being a part of this, and what the goal of this entire thing is really is to show off these guitars that were just released yesterday. And not only that, to I'm going to kind of help Texas Toast sort of showcase their new dealer program. So that's going to be really fun. And so, looks like we got a super chat here. We should mention safe travels, ad-free is cool. We should mention that all of our live streams are ad-free, and you can support the channel by using a super chat during a live stream. You can also just watch and share and comment. That'd be awesome. Get in the chat over here and say hello, and We'll chat about some stuff. So one of the things that we want to talk about today is, the premise of what we're doing here is really cool. And like I said in the video yesterday, even though people don't pay attention, is that I know that there's other companies doing similar things, but my contribution to the world is to make people smile with musical instruments and to improve their musical instruments. And I know that Texas Toast Guitars have that of the same mind, making a really cool product and something that's unique, and really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to show these to the world this week. You're going to see some more video content from us about this. And as a result of that video yesterday, there was a lot of comments that really kind of make the point that I really feel like things should be done differently. I feel like just the normal mail order, the normal going into Guitar Center thing is when people talk about, the guitar industry or the NAMM show or whatever dying, it's not. It's changing. It's just evolving. And I think how we interact with the brands that we love, whether it's guitars, whether it's anything else, it doesn't matter. You can buy, I saw a commercial last night where is it Hyundai, where you can buy a car on Amazon? So the interaction between brands and consumers is changing. It doesn't even matter what industry it's in. It's becoming a different kind of process. And so being able to maintain relationships, being able to maintain a little uniqueness in that, I think is more of a challenge. And so it's super fun to kind of dive into this stuff. And so snowing in Athens, Georgia, it is. Hang on 1 second. I was making coffee before this, and it was not done in time, and it is cold here, and I just really want some coffee. So I apologize for that. I don't normally do that, but we were just running out of time. So one of the things that I want to do today is I want to go through some of those comments from yesterday, and this is in no way meant to alienate anybody, to call anybody out, but I do want to discuss some of the things, questions, concerns, quibbles that people have with various things that were said in that video yesterday, or maybe misunderstandings about the idea behind all of this, because I think it's super, super cool. I really like this whole concept. And for those of you that didn't watch the video yet, basically the concept is this. Texas Toast is doing a thing where each of their dealers are empowered to have unique designs to them. And so what that does is it personalizes the product from the retailer that you are comfortable with, the brand that you are comfortable with, and then to you. So it kind of ties everybody together in a way that just buying something off the shelf doesn't, right? In the pocket knife industry, I think we were talking about this yesterday. This is a good example of it. Actually, I didn't even mean to do this, but this is a good example of it. This is not a full custom knife, but it is also not a full production knife. You can't just go get one of these. You got to order it. Takes months to get. There's a Medford Merc 1. They call it mid-tech. And so basically, and you can say, okay, these are the options that I want. This is what I want. And they build it for you. They might stock a few, but not very many. It's more limited than just the normal retail experience, but it's also much more personal. So you're getting something that's yours. You know what I mean? The guy down the street, it's not a black Strat. You know what I mean? Or a butterscotch Telly. Like the guy down the street from you is not going to have the same thing as you. And what I think is really cool about this is not only that, but if Texas Toast has a network of dealers around the world, what that means is it will encourage looking for the guitar that fits you the most. So, for example, if you do not have a desire for pinstripes, we may do a run of something that doesn't have pinstripes in the future, which is cool. That's a thing that's going to happen. I would assume at some point. I don't know when, so don't wait on that. But if you go to another dealer and see Texas Toast stuff, and they've got a design that's exclusive to them, buy that one. If that's something that really resonates with you, that's the idea behind this. They have that a lot in a lot of other industries. It's kind of a thing that you don't see a whole lot with guitar stuff. But it makes it to where things are more collectible. It makes it to where things are more rare, more individual. I like the individuality of it. For example, let's see. I don't have on me. Do I have a... No. Oh, but I do have a fountain pen. So for example, this pen right here, is only available at one retailer. Now, this is a brand. This is a Leonardo Momento Zero. So you can get these pens anywhere, right? But this combination and this resin that this is made of in this color, you can't get it except for one place. It's made by one guy, and he makes a limited number for that particular realtor, that particular retailer. So it's a retailer exclusive limited edition. And I think that's very cool. I like that concept. And some guitar players have done, or some guitar brands have done some of this stuff, but it's not a structure that you see often. And so I think it's really a neat deal. It's a great concept. Gordon Smith guitars have been doing something similar in the UK for years, and they aren't too expensive either, but very high quality. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. So in England. Okay, cool. So we're Chris. Oh, thanks, Chris. Chris from Texas Toast is here. We're betting the dealers, in this case, Dylan Talks Tone, knows their customers and what they like. The dealer gets to spec a guitar that their buyers would like. Different shops have different ideas. Yes. So, and that's the thing. And also, I think what happens a lot of times is you'll have, it's a way to understand the relationship that you have with a retailer. In my case, it's a little different because we have a YouTube channel. We talk together all the time, but there's also other retailers out there that do the same thing. They got a great YouTube channel. They got a great relationship with their consumers, and they do this sort of thing. But now there's a product that will reflect who they are and what they think their customers might like. I am going to, Dylan, what is your take on PRS SEs? I believe that at that price point, they are one of the best guitars you could buy. At that, $849, $999, whatever that is, it's one of the best guitars you could buy at that price point. Let's do this real quick. We're going to go through some of these comments from yesterday. Like I said, just because I want to talk about a few of these things, because I think some of you had really good input. Some of you didn't pay very good attention, but some of you had some very good input. First thing I want to talk about with this, the price. They are $32.95 United States. If you log on to your computer and you see a different price other than that, you're probably in a different country, or you have some sort of VPN set up and you're looking at the wrong currency. It's Shopify. So we use Shopify as the backbone of our website. And as a result of that, that will automatically change the currency based on wherever you live. So if you see some wacky number that's not $32.95 US, then that's what's happening. It's sort of a weird deal. But people keep saying it's $4,800. That's ridiculous, or it's whatever. And I'm like, you must be coming from somewhere else. And so I actually did an experiment just a few minutes ago before we went live, with one of my friends in Canada. And actually I had my daughter do it too. And she's sitting on my couch, but she's got her own phone and, own browser and stuff. And I was like, you check how much this guitar costs. And then I'm going to ask my friend in Canada how much the guitar costs. And that's what we realized, is it was automatically changing the currency. So just FYI, that's what it is. Also, so let me give you a little kind of inside baseball here. So for those of you that don't know, and I'm going to do a video about this, we're really going to dive into it, but the whole reason the guitars look the way they do, the reason they're named what they are, is because I am extremely into motorsports. I like guitars like this much, but I like racing stuff way off the scale more than that. It's my favorite thing, more than anything in the world. So, and I was in the power sports industry for a long time. Bonneville Salt Flats, world records, the whole deal. And so, the golden arrow color and the bluebird color, I just didn't want to call them gold top and Pelham blue because that's Gibson stuff. But I really like those colors. But those are 50s-ish land speed racing record holding car names that were blue and gold. And so Golden Arrow is newer than that, but anyway, along that same concept, that's something that's pretty cool. The 2 of them are already sold. That is true. With the flat brim gimme cap, just unbutton the flannel shirt up to the neck button with those pinstripes. Call it the low rider. There were some people that really just flat made fun, and feel free to do that if you want. Obviously, the community needs to know who you are too. So, you know, I know people are begging to be seen and heard, so I get it. So people said just start a waiting list, and every 5 you get, make another run. We may do that at some point, but it's hard to show you something and a variety of things without building them ahead of time. So at great investment to everybody involved, these 5 guitars had to be built. They had to be built ahead of time. Is it possible that we do a pre-buy, like a pre-sale beforehand next time? Maybe. I don't know though. It depends. I'll let you know next week. The last time we did this, Chris we did this before with the TV Yellow special Challenger specials with my P90s in it, and we built 1 and sold 23 of them in 2 weeks. And it was a long waiting period. There's a give and take to everything. So you can build a bunch ahead of time and take the risk, and sell them. And even if it goes a little slower, or you can take pre-orders and then make people wait for them, which people don't like that. It happens a lot in the custom knife business, where you will have a pre-order on something and it takes forever to get your stuff. I've had it in a fountain pen too, where it took me like 8 months to get a pen that I was waiting on, and people don't like that. So there's got to be a balance between there. So we want to make sure that we give you the best experience that we can. I appreciate that feedback, but that's kind of what we're looking at. And just to give you a little bit of, again, we want to make this as personal as possible. So I want to address that for you, but that's kind of where we are with that kind of stuff. Let's see. We already know that bean counter guitar companies don't care about the buyer experience, and they just want to rehash the same old crap. And it's just a shame. Hope you and others can really make something better. You know, I'm not that cynical. Here's the thing is that, and we'll go through this and you'll see that people are very unwilling to enjoy something different. They want a black Strat with a white pickguard. Like they want safe. And so I get why the big brands do this. The big brands are not out to get you. Okay. That is a frame of mind. When we start talking about things that we would love to change in the guitar industry, that frame of mind that the big guitar brand is out to get you for some reason. I just don't live my life that way. It's just not a way. I don't think like that. I can't think like that. It's just not something that I'm willing to think that direction. And so, we don't really go down that road. I'm not one to do that. Hang on one second. There was a whole bunch here that I missed. Okay. So, somebody said, $4,700. So that must be Canadian. You must be from Canada. Somebody said it's still too expensive. At $32.95 here. Let me tell you, just remember this, okay? That if you look at, for example, any standard guitar, and then you start looking at an American-made standard instrument, and then you start adding a couple of things to it, $32.95 is not out of the question. A Les Paul is $29.99 ish, somewhere 27 to 29. Slash Les Paul right here is 32. Okay. These guitars have way more extra stuff on them and with them, because we've not even talked about the box that comes with the guitar yet. And so that's, when you get into a premium product made in the United States, that is a very fair price. Now, I understand that a lot of folks don't usually buy guitars in that price range. That's okay. Just understand that just because you choose to not spend that money for whatever reason, whether you feel you can't afford it or you feel you don't want to spend it, just understand that because the way you feel is that way, that is not the way everyone feels. That came up a couple of times yesterday. Is that people making the assumption that nobody is buying premium instruments. We just did a survey on this last week, and the over $2,500 crowd was 40% of our viewership. So, something to think about. Something to think about. And if nothing else, just enjoy the eye candy, right? If you're not going to, and this is what I tell everybody, if you're not going to buy it, just enjoy looking at it. It's cool. Cool stuff is cool, right? So thank you for all of your input on that. That's really cool. What's with the rambling unsubscribed? Well, we could go with silent films. I thought about doing silent films. We thought about doing miming a few times. We've joked about this, but there's really no way to convey without speaking words some of the ideas and concepts around the why of this instrument. And I think the why of why this instrument exists, why this line exists, is really important. I think it's really important. It's important to me. I know it's important to Chris and Matt. But really it should be important to you. Why the instrument exists, how you could connect with it, the potential for you as a human being, as an artist, as a musician, as a guitar player to connect with it. I think that's really important. If you are overlooking that and you are minimizing everything to a list of parts, this is why we are here. This is the exact reason. If you are a person who says, well, I can get Harley Benton for blah, 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 and it has this as many, okay, that's fine. I'm totally cool. I get it. I get it. However, it's the reason we're here. The reason is the passion, the emotion, the personal connection with the maker, the retailer, the product itself is lost. And I want to help people gain that back. And so we want to make a guitar that has all those things, and we want to share it with you. With the aforementioned passion and enjoyment of this product being shared with you, all the time. So, you're going to see more and more of this. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see more and more of these things. You're going to see more dealer exclusive stuff from us. You're going to see a mime guitar channel. I know, right? That would be amazing. Let's see. Trying to think of who. Let's see. I'm going to go back through some of these because I wasn't looking at the questions here real quick. So let's go back through some of this. Okay, this is where I started before. If you're going to do custom order stuff as a standard, just make sure that you have the ability to do it soon. Yeah, so and that's the problem, Phil. You're talking about the wait time. And that's why we did it this way. I have Sweetwater exclusive PRS run. Let's talk about this, Tico. I have a Sweetwater exclusive run PRS SE. Isn't that kind of the same thing? I've also seen CME do a similar run. Okay, so let's talk about that. Why? Why did they do that? First of all, what was it? It's a Indonesian guitar for $800. That's exactly the same as all the other ones, except for it's a different color, usually. Or maybe it'll be a certain kind of top, right? What's the story? What's the inspiration to it? Who at the company and who at the retailer made those decisions? Why did they make those decisions? How does that purchasing experience, except for, hey, that's another color I'd never seen before, connect you with the brand, connect you with the retailer, and connect you with the person or people that made it all happen? Those are the questions I would ask you, because my guess is none of those things are true. So, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong because I don't know what particular models we're talking about here. Maybe there is an amazing story behind the reason those exist. But what I do know from experience with Sweetwater and with CME, it's a color. It's a different color, you know? And so that's different. And I get it. I get why they do it. It makes sense because then, you know, they'll sell them, right? But they'll sell all their other guitars too. You know what I mean? And does it mean that you have a better relationship with the people who built the guitar as a result? Does it mean that you have a any kind of connection with the brand as a result of that different color? You know, that's, I guess, what I'm getting at. This is a step beyond that. Okay, this is really a step beyond that, and that's really important. Good evening, Dylan. Is it actually possible to get all the strings to line up over the center of pull pieces of all three Strat pickups? It depends on who makes the Strat pickups and depends on the setup of the guitar. I really like the design of the logo of the headstock. Chris, that's for you. I agree. What's your favorite F1 car? Red Bull for sure. Is the black flat or does it have some fleck in it? It is metallic. It is a metallic color. If you look at over the next couple of days, I'll make sure that we keep posting some pictures because I took some more pictures of these guitars in the last couple of days. We posted some of the gold one this morning. I'll post some close-ups of the black one on Instagram, which means you'll also see it on Facebook. Maybe I'll put some in the community timeline on YouTube as well. There is definitely a different look to the black. It's not, there is some depth to it that it's very, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. If I can't afford it, nobody can. Yeah, exactly. Curious about the complete specs, fretboard radius, fret material, etc. Okay, so we need to add, there's a couple of details I still need to add to the website. It's a 10-inch radius fretboard. They are nickel cryogenically treated frets. I know the fret size. I'm going to put that on the website. I can't remember. It's like a medium jumbo fret or like a medium fret. They're not huge. They're not tiny. And they're not really wide. I can't stand really wide frets. Let's see. Oh, you want me to do the whole Groucho? Yeah, we should do that, right? I'm a huge TTG fan, really digging your take on them. Thanks, man. I appreciate that very much. I think they're excellently designed and built. Are you adding serial numbers or vintage labeling? Haha, Butch. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to make a video about this specifically. This is really cool. Okay. So for this first 5, and I'm only committing to this first 5 doing this. First of all, they are individually serial numbered starting with 001. Okay. So the black one with the flame on it that we used in the video is 001. These are getting serialed as you purchase them. So this is not as they're made, but this is as you purchase them. So I've got 5 of these things, and I'll tell you right now that the 001 is the one with the flame, the black one with the flame on the bottom. That's already sold, and that's 001. 002 is the blue one. That's 002. And the next one we sell, whichever one that is, will be 003. The back of the peg head will be serialed. Okay. You will also get, for these first 5, I should have brought it in here, a Pelican case. This is something that I took from the firearms and the knife community for really special edition stuff. Oftentimes you'll get I bought a pistol a long time ago, and it came in a Pelican case with a engraved challenge coin serialed to the guitar. So 001, 002 on one side with my logo, on the other side with Texas Toast on the other side. It's going to come with a laser engraved Levy's guitar strap. It's going to come with a Runway Audio exclusive colorway Dylan Talks Tone cable. It's going to come with a engraved plaque that is going to have the general specs of the guitar, what pickups are in it, the serial number, all that stuff. So there's a Texas Toast serial number on the back of the peg head for the date code, but these guitars that you get from me will be serialed, their serial number, and then 001, 002, and on and on. And so, yeah, we're going to do a whole thing. I'm going to do a whole nother video talking about that. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm pretty stoked about it. The little package that comes with these is freaking cool. It's all serials numbered, matching, all laser engraved, all the little pieces. It's really, really neat. It took me a while to put it together, but it's really cool. So I'm super stoked with that. Let's see, the black with the pinstriping was badass. We have 3 of those. 1 of those is sold. Texas Toast says, Chris says it's 12 inches. For some reason, I thought it was 10. Okay, thank you, Chris. I know some of their other models are, it would be 12. Duh. Tune-o-matic. It's a Tune-o-matic. It is a Tone Pros Tune-o-matic and stop bar tail piece, so it's 12 inches. That's right. Still can't afford one, so oh well. We do have Shop Pay available also, so you can, I think Shopify Shop Pay thing splits it out over 12 months or whatever. You can do that too if you qualify for that as well. Between 10-inch and 12-inch, Mark, you're not going to notice a difference. I 100% promise that you will like this guitar even with a 12-inch fretboard radius. More blue, please. Chris, if you want a blue one of these, please get in touch with me. Because I believe we are. Let me just say, if you want a blue one, shoot me a message. It can happen sooner than later. StewMac medium high cryo. Yeah, that's right. 92 by 45 by 73 tank. Thank you, Doc. I knew you would know because you're nerdy about that stuff. Oh, and it is the same fret wire that you use. That would make sense too. 24/75 scale length. Yep. Yeah. So I think It looks like a Billy Gibbons guitar. You know, what I was really going for on this whole deal, there's a few things. Okay, so if over, you know, obviously over having modern guitars, my thing is this. I like vintage looking stuff, but I want it to work. Okay, so I want the guitar to be awesome. I want it to play awesome. I want it to sound awesome, but I want it to look like legit vintage feeling, like when you pick it up. So there's like a form follows function follows form thing for me. That's a lot of stuff for me. That's in a lot of my hobbies, that's really a thing. Whoa, hang on, we just sold one. It looks like one just went. I'm going to tell you which one it is just now. We sold another black one. So there's and this is the one with, hang on. Crap, is this the one with the humbuckers? Nope. So we have one with humbuckers left, and we have the gold one left. Right? Yep. So we have two left. Cool. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate the person who just paid for that because that's awesome. So are these considered custom editions, limited editions, or special editions? Wondering about future worth going back to a video back a bit. Okay, so here's what we're doing with them. And this is what's really cool about this. We really need to zoom out and look at this, right? Okay, this is really cool. I'm glad you asked this question, okay? First of all, I'm the first one, right? As of right now, as of 2 seconds ago, there are 3 of these in the world, okay? Serial number 1, serial number 2, and serial number 3, okay? There's 3 of them in the world. There's 2 more sitting around that need homes. That's it. There's 5 that exist, okay? We're going to go to this show this weekend in California, right? And there's going to be a bunch of people. I really hope for Texas Toast's sake, I'm going to help them. I really want them to go home from this thing with a half a dozen dealers, right? All doing their own little flavor of these instruments. And as Texas Toast Guitars continues to grow, I have said this for years now, that you need to get one of these things before they blow up. But the cool part about this is, as you can go buy level 1 challengers, level 2 challengers, level 3 challengers, level 4 challengers over there at Texas Toast Guitars, the normal stuff they make, right? And those numbers, I don't know what they are. I don't know how many they sell a year, but you can see them all the time, right? Like on their YouTube channel, on their Instagram, they're selling tons of them things, okay? The rarity of this is the fact that each dealer who is on their program like this they're the only ones. You can't get this guitar. Like, let's say, wouldn't it be amazing if Chicago Music Exchange became one of their dealers? That'd be so cool. You couldn't get these guitars that I'm making there. You can't, because they won't do it. So that's not how this works. So the exclusivity of the thing is always part of it. It's always part of it. Now, you can go get a level 1 or a level 2 if that's more in your budget. I think you should do that. Everybody should get one of these guitars, and at $1,400 or $1,500 or whatever they cost over there at Texas Toast Guitars for the normal one, if you could, that's all you can afford, you gotta get one before they get much more expensive, because, you know, stuff's going up, right? So you gotta get one. But if you want something exclusive, it's all about getting it from one of these dealers that has this exclusive deal. And I think that's really cool. So they will always be very limited, because however many guitars they make this year, I mean, if I do this 2 more times this year and sell them out, I don't know. I don't know. But it's always going to be a fraction of what Texas Toast is doing for the rest of the world, right? Each exclusive design, and not to mention, of the 5 that I have, they're all one of a kind anyway, because they're all hand done. So the designs within this line are all actually one of a kind anyway. So it doesn't matter. So they are one of a kind. They are super rare. I actually didn't think about that till just now, because even the pinstripe designs and stuff are not repeated, right? So they're all done by hand. So it's really, really cool. I think this whole idea is so neat. I would think about 8 pounds each. That's about what they are. I was going to put weight on the website, and I have not done that yet. Chris, if you're in the comments and you did get a chance to weigh these things, I will we'll put it in here. But so yeah, I think it's really neat. I think this is just a fun thing. Dude, the gold one is freaking beautiful. It is. It's so cool. I have it right over here. It is the neatest thing. I like the black ones too. The black was actually so let me tell you, when we first did this, of course they came to me and they said, well, what colors would you want? And I'm like, well, they're intergalactic, which is hilarious because I think it's funny. So I call it Blackalicious. So anyway, I was like, I love that color, and I have an icon. I have one of the Texas Toast icons in that color. And I was like, well, we have to have one of that. We have to have a black, because that intergalactic is really, really cool. And it's very unique. It's not a black guitar. And it is not a metallic black guitar. It's so crazy. When you see it in person, Scott, when you get this thing to your house and you open it up, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is wild. This is such a cool color. So that was the thing that I wanted. And then I'm a Les Paul Gold Top fan, and I've always wanted one, and I don't have one. And so I said, can we do a gold top? And then Matt hit me with the blue, and I love that blue too. That's my other favorite kind of guitar color. And so since I knew that these were very 50s Salt Flats racing colors, I knew that it was going to be a win. Yeah, I knew that it was going to be a win. Super fun. I have, I wish the gold had humbuckers. Again, Scott, for those of you that need these, so, we were just talking earlier. We were just talking earlier about doing a pre-sale for the next run of them. Because I will tell you right now that there will be another run of these, because we sold 3 and it's only been 2 days. So I can guarantee you that the other 2 will be gone by the end of the week. I'm almost positive of it, because, we're going to be in California. We're going to be showing these things to people. They're going to go. So if you want in on the next run, get in touch with me immediately. Because if you want something similar to what you see here, but you want it in a different pickup combination, for example, I need to know that very early in the process, because the way we cut the bodies. So like, for example, actually I was just having a conversation with Matt about this the other day. Okay, well, if we're going to build 5 more, what should we do next time? Should we do this many humbuckers, this many P90s, etc., right? And so we're in that process right now. So if you want one of these, please get with me immediately, and we will arrange it to where you can put a deposit down on something, and then we can get the bodies cut, and we can start on them. So I will tell you, this process, even in the prototyping stage, took about, I want to say 8 to 12 weeks. I don't know how fast it'll be the second time. Again, that's going to depend on volume. So again, faster is better if you want one. So just to put those, in perspective for you. But yeah. Um, so going back to the whole concept of these things, I really love the entire concept of the early Bonneville Salt Flats racing. That's where my brain goes for styling, for color selection, for overall aesthetics. I just really, really love that. I have two world records at Bonneville in the motorcycle side, and so that happened, years ago. But it's just I really love it. Every time we go out west, we stop there. I really love that, and so that was kind of the concept of bringing some of that to these guitars, and so I wanted that kind of vintage feel. Going with the Tune-O-Matic and stop bar, I feel, is a much easier, if we're talking about something that people are, you want to have this uniqueness of design. Of course, it's the Texas Toast Challenger, but you want to have something that is very familiar to people. And so I think putting a Tone Pros Tune-O-Matic on it instead of, and plus they wanted it to be different than a normal Challenger. So I wanted that. I really like that Tune-O-Matic deal. They bound the neck and I didn't know they were going to do that. So that was like a freaking surprise and I loved it. I wanted certain things. I wanted cryogenically treated frets. I wanted a relatively flat fretboard radius. 12 inches is a very good all-around fretboard radius for everybody. Even really vintagey guys, if it's a slim C, kind of C-shaped, modern C sort of profile, even super vintagey guys will be comfortable on a 12-inch, which I really like. I wanted block inlays, not trapezoid, because I didn't want it to be Gibson-y. And I wanted glowing side dots because that's a modern appointment that is very, it's nice. It's nice to have it. I have it on a few other guitars and it's really nice to have it. Even when you're playing in your living room, sitting there watching TV, you got some of the lights off, it's kind of nice to have them. Even if you're not playing live, it's nice. And then of course, I'm a P90 freak. So we put a bunch of P90s in some of these things and we put some of the other ones. Yeah. Oh, hey, Matt. Matt, so 3 are gone as of 5 minutes ago. So there you go. Multicolor pinstripes are more money. Yes, that is true. Paisley is my favorite pattern. Yeah. So all those kinds of things we might do in the future, but I will tell you right now, this concept is where it's at for me. And as you can see, because it's day 2 and we're 2/3 sold out already, it's working. And so we're really excited about it. If you're going to be in California, this weekend, please do me a favor and come and say hello. Matt and Chris and I and Jim will be at the Woodwire and Volts Festival, guitar show, whatever they call it. I don't know. We'll be there with a bunch of other really cool people. I know some of the other people there, and I don't know some of the other people there, but some of the people that I do know, it is a cool bunch of people. And what's going to be neat about it is it's small. So if you don't want to do the whole NAMM thing, or if you can't get into NAMM, because NAMM is an industry show. So if you don't have a pass, you can't get in. This is open to the public. The tickets are, like normal trade show price to get into a trade show. It's not super expensive. So you can come and see us and come check these things out in person if you're gonna be there. Plus, Matt has a couple of other really cool guitars that are gonna be there that have my pickups in them. I call it the satchel, but it's a leopard print fabric top, which is pretty neat. One guy was saying our guitars are kind of plain. Sorry that the triple neck didn't have enough twists and turns for you. Yeah, that's funny. I think that's funny. So anyway, yeah, I hope that you guys get to come and see it. Is each edition going to be geared to different sounds, like humbucker edition, then a single coil edition, then P90? At this time, we are doing. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do this. The P90s, the P90 bodies are going to have our P90s. There's only one way to have a P90. Okay, only one way. It's the best. End of story. That being said, the humbucker routed guitars, as we go into our next drop of these, we are going to make it, there's going to be a drop down on the website. If we do a pre-order, I'm trying to decide how we're going to do this. And this is something that we're going to, Matt and I and Chris are going to talk about this weekend, but I'm just going to give you the little inside scoop on this. If you're one of those ones who's in the chat right now, like bouncing around, man, I wish the gold top had humbuckers in it. I wish the blue one, I'd really want a blue one, but the blue one sold. You know, if you're on the fence about this, get with me right away, because Matt and I and Chris are discussing the next drop. And if you can get in on the next one, please get with me. That being said, the P90 guitars are going to have P90s. Somebody asked me actually about doing a single P90 version and a single humbucker version, which I would not be opposed to doing if someone ordered that in the right time frame with the drop. Okay. The other thing is, I also want to help everybody understand. So all the humbucker ones, on the next drop, you're going to be able to choose which of our humbuckers you want. So if you want center punches, if you want Super 8s, if you want, these came with DAFs. All the humbucker guitars this time came with DAFs. But if you want Super 8s, if you want center punches, if you want our Enduro single coil, humbucker size single coil, if it fits in that hole and we make it, I'll put it in there. If you get with me ahead of time, because I'm not pulling parts back out of guitars, but if you get with me and you pre-order one of these things, running gear wise, as far as pickups and that sort of stuff, we'll try to accommodate. Yeah. Kyle, I love your P90, but I love the DAF more. Wow, that's pretty cool. You must really be a humbucker guy then. Excellent. Somebody just ordered a P90 as well. Cool. Well, anyway, that's what I've got for today. I just wanted to kind of go over some of this stuff. I wanted everybody to kind of get a better understanding of what we're doing here. I just think it's really exciting. Dylan is exactly right. I think a pre-order would be a great idea and a great way to get what you want. I think so too. And it's kind of course, you know, I'm in Georgia, Matt's in Colorado. And so we're talking every day, you know, kind of trying to pull this off, coming up to this guitar show, this sort of stuff. And we've got all these things. We got a lot of things up in the air. My tomorrow morning's flight already got canceled because of weather, so I can't fly until 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow. Like things are just all over the place. But the idea here, and so Matt and I and Chris are going to have some communication this weekend. We're going to nail some of this stuff down. But what we want to do, we want to make this to where you get a unique, one-of-a-kind guitar that you really connect with. So, you know, we're talking earlier about, yeah, but isn't this the same thing as the Sweetwater PRS SE thing? No. Because is Paul Reed Smith in the chat with you right now? Matt and Chris are. Is Paul Reed Smith's pickup winder in the chat with you right now? No, but I am. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about this. And the next time we drop these guitars, it'll be the same thing, right? One thing I should tell you, do not call Texas Toast and ask them about this. If you want one of these, hit me in the chat. Okay. They don't know anything about this. I'm going to call them and tell them what I want, but don't bug them. Okay. Because they're also dealing with other dealers too. That's how this works. So just FYI. Yeah. Cool. Well, right on, man. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. This has been super fun. And we will see you. I don't know how we're going to see you Thursday. I'm not sure. But we're going to see you this week sometime. I don't exactly know because I'm going to be in California. So, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next video.